I think today we can officially say that Britain has de facto blasphemy laws. There is no doubt about it. After today, Hamit Coskun has been found guilty of a public order offence at the Westminster Magistrates Court. Now, this is the guy who burned a Quran outside the Turkish Consulate in London. So he burnt a copy of the Quran outside the Turkish Consulate, and he's been found guilty of a religiously aggravated public order offence. He shouted F Islam, Islam is a religion of terrorism, and Quran is burning outside of the Turkish consulate. This was back in February. And let's have a look at what the judge had to say. So the judge said that his conduct was provocative and taunting, and that after considering the evidence, I find you have a deep-seated hatred of Islam and its followers. That's based on your experiences in Turkey and the experiences of your family. It's not possible to separate your views about the religion to your views about the followers. Your actions in burning the Quran, where you did, were highly provocative, and your actions were accompanied by bad language, in some cases directed towards the religion, and were motivated at least in part by hatred of followers of the religion. So I think it's really interesting here that the judge has said it's not possible to separate your views about the religion to your views about the followers. I deeply disagree with that statement from the judge. I can criticize Islam without being someone who hates Muslims, okay? I can meet someone who's got a different point of view to me and say, I hate your idea, this religious idea or whatever, like political idea it is, but I like you as a human being. You're a good human being, right? I think you absolutely can separate this. And Islam, you know, a religion, it is a set of ideas, that you should be open to criticize. Just because you criticize those ideas and say, I dislike this idea in this religion, doesn't mean that you hate the human beings, you hate the people that follow that religion. I think that is deeply wrong. And then the judge also says that he was highly provocative. Now, what is the justification for this? Well, I'll tell you what the justification for this is. So I can't show you the video here because anything with a knife in it, YouTube does not like and will take the video down. But if you go on Twitter and you look up, this case, his name, and the burning the Quran, you will see this, okay? The video is terrifying. This guy burns the Quran, okay, and instantly this crazy guy comes with a huge knife, pulls out a huge knife, and is trying to slash him with it. Yeah, it was attempted murder, if you ask me. He is trying to kill the guy because he's burning the Quran. He's like, how dare you, this is my religion, how dare you be burning the Quran? And he tries to slash at him with the knife. He ends up then falling on the floor, and then the guy with the knife, he spits on him, he kicks him, he's trying to go at him with the knife again, and then a delivery driver on a bike then also decides to give him a kick and a spit. I mean, it was disgusting the way that he was attacked, and you would think surely the man that tried to murder him, the man that spat at him, kicked him, shouted at him, and tried to slash him with a knife multiple times, surely that is the guy that's in the wrong. But oh no, the judges in the CPS think that the fact that he was nearly murdered shows that what he was doing was provocative. It's insane. Like, that to me is like letting a rapist go free and blaming the girl because she happened to be wearing a low-cut top. She was being provocative. So, it's her fault. It's just insane, this judgment. And let's have a look at what the Free Speech Union had to say. So they say that it was a deeply disappointing conviction and that they will appeal, so they're not going to give up. A spokesman for the Free Speech Union said, if that means taking it all the way to the European Court of Human Rights, we will do so. Religious tolerance is an important British value, but it doesn't require non-believers to respect the blasphemy codes of believers. On the contrary, it requires people of faith to tolerate those who criticise and protest against their religion, just as their values and beliefs are tolerated. That's absolutely shocking. And I just want to show you guys what Julia Hartley-Brewer had to say on this question of whether this ruling today means that we have blasphemy laws in Britain.
You'll remember the case of Hamit Coskun. He was prosecuted after setting fire to a Quran, his own Quran, outside the Turkish Consulate. He fled Turkey himself following persecution. He was accused of posing a threat to public order after burning the book in February. He said it was a peaceful protest. He was actually violently attacked by a man who allegedly slashed at him with a knife before kicking him after he fell to the ground. He was on trial at Westminster Magistrates Court, accused of public order offences, accused of carrying out disorderly behaviour within the hearing or sight of a person likely to have caused harassment, alarm or distress by burning a copy of the Quran. It was also claimed that he was motivated by hostility towards members of a religious group, namely the followers of Islam. The verdict has just been given, pronounced guilty at the court of that crime. I have to say, an awful lot of us, he wasn't prosecuted under a blasphemy law because we don't have one in this country anymore. But this feels like it is a blasphemy prosecution, does it not? Sam Armstrong, not only a Conservative commentator, you used to do a lot of work with the Free Speech Union. You've been very much involved in this case with Hamit Coskun. Talk us through this verdict.
Well, the first thing is to say we do now have a blasphemy law in this country. That is the undeniable logic of this verdict. It says you cannot express strident, trenchant criticisms of Islam in the way that you would like, which includes the desecration of holy books, because of the reaction, because of the likely extreme reaction of Muslim people in this country. And look, in a sense, that's fair. When Hamit Coskun acted in this way, he was immediately the victim of a, in my view, terroristic attack in which he was slashed at with a knife by an attacker that we can't name for legal reasons, who
is being prosecuted,
but who has been prosecuted, frankly, for an incredibly unserious charge that doesn't meet the conduct, in my view, of what he did. There was an inordinate amount of two-tier justice that we're seeing here.
What a surprise!
But what we're seeing is very clear. If you burn a Quran, they're going to haul you before the courts. He's only going to get a fine, but they reserve the right to arrest you when they do it.
There we go. Let me know what you guys think of that. Do you agree with Julia and Sam there? Do you think that this clearly shows we have now got blasphemy laws in this country, or are we being a little bit over the top? Let me know in the comments below what you think. I'm Chloe Dobbs. Thank you very much for watching this video. Also, if you're a young person interested in making videos like this for Reason, please send us a 1-minute video telling us about yourself to join@reason.uk and we'll take a look.